Welcome back, guys. So right now I want to introduce you to Figma interface. So I'll come to my figma.com, and having to come to my figma.com, I'll be shown the Figma dashboard. So right now this is a side panel. This is our dashboard. This is the first thing you see. We have where you see your drafts, things you worked on, and you see them here. You see your drafts here, you see your projects here, you see your trash here, and you can upgrade your plans here, and you can see your team projects. You can explore communities here. So you could do all that here. Your notifications will be here, and here you'll see your settings where you can change your theme from light dark to system theme. So let's use dark, and our theme will be changed to dark. So here you can do all your settings. You can change this to a profile photo of yours. You can make it a photo of yours, and you can add more accounts. You can get the desktop app. You can download Figma on your desktop. So you can just get the desktop app, and you'll be able to download Figma on your desktop. And this Figma being downloaded about 109 megabytes. So yeah, we can do all that from this place. But the major thing now is we can create a new design file. And how do we go about that? So I'm just going to start a new design. I'm going to click on this, or you can import existing design from external files. So we can just click on new design file. It brings us to the Figma Canva where you get to do all your designs and all that. We're going to talk about this clearly. We're going to talk about this in subsequent lessons, but right now this is your Figma dashboard, and the first thing you want to do is you want to give your design a name. So you can just name this introduction. You can name it introduction to design. So that's where you get to name your file. So here is a design file, and we just named it introduction to design. And here we have the files. We have pages. Just take note of this. We have pages here. So this is a side panel. This is a panel on the right side, and this is a panel on the left side. Just take note of everything I'm showing you right now. So you can drag down to start a new file. You can start a new design file, a new pitch deck. You can just start everything new. You can save version history, you can export frames. Then here you can edit, you can copy, you can paste, you can do a lot of things. And here is your view. You can turn on rulers, you can turn on layout grid. In this view you can turn on outlines, bezier view. So you can do all this. You can see this is your object, and this is your text, this is your arrange, this is your vector, this is your plugins, this is your widget and preferences, libraries, get desktop app. So these are things you can actually access in the menu, and having to access that from here, this is where we got the main menu. This is the main menu, and this will be the minimize UI. So here you get to see how to take all these side panel away. So the side panels are off, but you can bring them back. So this is what that is all about. And here we have our file. When you're working on the file, on the design file, this is everything you need to know about the design file. There are pages here, there are layers here, so you could create different pages and you could see your layers here. Just take note of that. You could add a new page if you want to, so you could do all that as well. And you could choose to delete any page you don't want. You can delete, you can duplicate, you can rename the page, can copy link. Just take note of that. I'm going to delete pages. So we've spoken about this. So you can come to your assets. Here you get to see different assets that you could use. You could see different assets from the Canva library that you could use. Just leave, and you could search your library for anything you want to use. So there are design assets we're going to talk about. So you can just look for material UI. So you could see different UI. So these are assets that you could use, like pre-designed assets. Just leave this right now. I'm just showing you that for later sake. And this is your libraries. You could access your libraries from here, and it's just like the same thing I just did right now, searching for libraries. You could search libraries right here. So that is libraries. So you could just leave assets alone, and we could just have a file. And here we are good to go we've spoken about the right panel of the Figma dashboard, and I want to show you something. So right now you could come to the left panel, and the left panel you get to see this, something like this, and here is your play button. When you want to present a design, be it a prototype, this is your play button. Just take note of all this. This is just an overview. We've not really started the learning process. So this is where you present and you could view your prototype, and this is the button you use to share your design. You could share to anyone, you could publish to community, you could get embedded code. So just take note of that. That's where you share. And here we have design, we have prototype. As you could see, we have design, we have prototype. Talk about this prototype before. We'll talk about this prototype later when we get to the prototype session. As you can see, we have prototype and we can do a lot of things with prototype. Just take note of that. But now we have to stay in the design panel. And what this left panel does, what it does is that whenever you are on a tool, you see things you can do on that tool. Right now we are just on the page, so you could change the page color. You could decide to change it to a white, you decide to leave it at that. So you could change the page color. That means your Canva area, you could change it right here, because that's where we are right now. And these are your local variables, and here you can create variables. Just keep all this in mind. You can create usable numbers, text, and colors that can be applied across your files. And prototype, yes, this is where you get there. And we have our local styles. You could see your local styles, the text. You could create styles from here. You could create design systems from here. We're going to talk about all that, actually creating design systems, and you could export your file right here. Just make note of all these. So these are the basic things you do on the left panel. And something about the left panel is that whatever tool you are on, the left panel changes. So let's say we click on, okay, let's change the tool to this. As you could see, the left panel changes. We are going to talk about all this later in the course, of course. And when you choose this, you see that the left panel changes. When you choose this, you see that the left panel changes. When you choose this, for instance, you see that the left panel changes. So that's what the left panel is all about, which we are going to talk about as we explore these tools one by one. Now this is your toolbar. This is your toolbar. This is your toolbar. This is where you have your tools. We are going to explore these tools one by one. We are going to talk about it one by one. So this is where you get to explore your tools, and just take note of that. You get to explore your tools from here, and this is just the overview of Figma dashboard. And I hope to see you in the next lesson, where we get to talk about each of these tools, and we get to look at it from the side panel perspective to the right panel. So we are going to talk about all these. Let's go.